I attended the Big Picture in the summer of 2007. I decided to attend the conference because I was working through some of my Milligan paperwork. I was already locked into going to Milligan by the time I went to the Big Picture. And so I was working through some Milligan paperwork and saw a little flyer for it and thought it'd be cool, so I went for it. I was planning on going into Milligan as a history major. And so I went to the conference and met some people who were Bible majors and things like that. I took a summer class there and decided by the end of the conference that I wanted to try doing ministry, like seeking out a degree in Bible rather than history. One of the biggest things for me that I took away from the conference was that whether I decided to go into professional ministry or not, whether I decided to be a teacher or doing something completely random like being a zookeeper or something cool like that, no matter what I decided to do, that was ministry, and God could still work through those things. I got into my first Bible class. I took Old Testament with Jeff Miller before the conference, and I just really enjoyed it. Just like getting a fresh perspective on Scripture that I didn't grow up with, kind of seeing stuff that wasn't taught to me when I was younger. I just thought that was really cool. I quickly found I had a passion for it. And so coupling that with the conference and meeting people like Curtis Booher and Kit Dotson and all those people who were in ministry and doing really cool things, I just decided to go for it. And I always knew I could change back if I wanted to, but never did. I work on recruiting volunteers and equipping students for a lifelong faith. That includes everything from the traditional Wednesday and Sunday night gatherings, as well as a project we're working on this summer called Summer Long Serve, where our whole goal is to serve our community and be the hands and feet of Jesus. And my goal is to organize those and build relationships with the students here. I think the biggest piece of advice I would give a student at the conference this year, seniors or wherever, like planning out the next steps in their life, is don't be afraid to jump at opportunities. God can do really great things through you and take you really cool places if you make the decision to put yourself out there and just go for it. I never imagined I would have some of the experiences I've had, but I've had some really cool ones just because I decided to take a step out and go for it. I think the really big thing is understanding that a lot of really good ministry happens outside of the church walls as well as inside. You can have just as much of an effect for Jesus being a nurse or being a doctor or being a teacher. You can still be salt and light in the world. Ministry can happen anywhere, anytime. It doesn't have to be in the context of a church or a ministry. It can just be as I'm walking down the street, as I'm meeting with people, or just sitting in Starbucks. It can happen. Milligan just taught me to really value what I do, gave me passion to do it, and taught and encouraged me to do it very well. A big gift God has given me is just the passion I have to work with students and their families, because it's not always easy. And sometimes it's really hard. It's a lot harder to do that than it seems on the surface sometimes. I think that passion in and of itself is a big gift. I have gained a lot of ministry partners that I still keep up with through Milligan and through the Big Picture. We still spend time talking about ministry together, and I think that makes all of us better at what we do. One particular relationship I've still kept up with was my small group leader from the Big Picture. Him and I still get together and talk. His name was Michael Bartlett, and we still hang out a lot, go get coffee, talk about ministry, dream big about what we want to do in the future.